All right, we're coming back to you. Third time now. Third time. Right, and I hope that everything is fine now. Please tell me everything is fine. The voice, everything is just fine. Don't need anything that's going to... Even internet can behave today. Right.
Are we on?
We are on.
Can you guys hear us?
Sure they can. Right. Look, I am sad today. I am sad because of what we had today. I am sad because of that. I am sad because it feels like the repetition of what we went through when Senzo was here, when Senzo was killed. It is happening. We are reliving this moment through the people that are trying to assist. Maybe, I don't know. There's just dark aura around this whole thing, in my opinion. There's just dark aura. I am like, I'm tired. I'm even thinking maybe we should branch out. We should start something new. Yeah, because
it's draining.
It's draining now. It's emotionally now draining. And yes, emotionally intelligent you must be. But which lawyer is gonna come and be like Tifo or be like Mngomezulu? Which lawyer is gonna come and do that? I mean, we almost see what typical lawyers do. And then we had these special ones who took things and carried some of the burden. And then, yeah, we're here. I mean, honestly speaking, these are the two people that I've seen caring emotionally about this case. Those are the two people that I've seen. Only two. Yes, others are doing well. Yes, others are fighting. But it gives you that lawyer type of relationship.
Personally, I didn't see this coming.
I cannot say so. I cannot say so. But I that's why at some point I was like, hey, you can't
I didn't
allow other people to, other boys to, remember me saying that. It was just, for me, I mean, God chooses who they come and pick. I guess we can say this is God that decided to come and pick. But I have this feeling that I've had since I was young, that good people die prematurely. That's my feeling. Good people die prematurely. And then we are left with a lot of scavengers in this world. It's like we're in this desert. Those ones that are doing well, they are remembered very fast. And it's easy to get into them. I don't know. But one thing that I want to caution people on, we are not casting aspersions here. Please, when you call, do not do so. Just be on a grieving mood. And I'm saying for the sake of this channel, you know.
Yes, please.
Do not. I know you have a lot of things, a lot of theories that you've created in your mind. I know, and I'm preempting that. Please consider this channel, because you'll be also the family, because you'll be also shutting down this channel. So do not do something that is out of kilter.
I know we are all angry,
or do not say things that are
sad.
Out of line.
I am sad. My day was not...
Even under the name of allegedly.
Yes,
I'm begging
even
you.
under the name of
Today, let us just remember Mngomezulu, who came and gave us hope. You know, he didn't only give hope to his kids at home. He gave a lot of South Africans hope. You know, we started giving him names.
Yes.
You know, we were happy he was the last one.
Yes.
Now I am wishing he was the second, third one. That's a funny thing.
The first. And now I'm wishing he was the first one and just gotten over it.
But either way, he was gonna. I mean, we still needed him to call some of the witnesses that he promised to call. So either way, he was gonna leave us with the same heart. Either way, there was no other way around because he needed to see it throughout. Unfortunately, we say today, rest in peace to Mngomezulu. Rest in peace. It's the same feeling you get with Tifo. It's the same feeling. You got the same feeling when Tifo was being arrested. We are getting the same feeling with Mngomezulu. I'm sure many got the same feeling when others, your brigadiers who were in this case, passed away. Just that maybe we didn't know them that much at the time, so we only heard about them during the case, and it was something that already happened. But guys, we will give you this with the heavy heart. As much as we will give you this, we will continue and deliver as much as we can. But I can tell you, I'm already down, and I'm already thinking about something else that is gonna keep my spirit a bit higher in terms of this channel.
Well, yeah, guys, hey, it's sad and unfortunate, but we are now here and would like to send our condolences to the Mngomezulu family. We hope that they remain strong in this period. Well, Advocate Thulani Mngomezulu's death was confirmed by his family in a brief statement on Tuesday, the 10th of December. The statement read that it is with great sadness that they announced the passing of their beloved husband, father, and son, and they said that they can confirm his untimely passing in the early hours of the 10th of December 2024 in Vosloorus. So a family representative, Udumisile Mngomezulu, asked for space as Daily Sun had made sure to interview some of their family members. They said that they will try to deal with the advocate's passing. And in his words, he said that in this time of grief, they ask for our compassion, space, and time to congregate as a family to decide in the upcoming days. And they would like to thank all of us for the love and support in advance and ask that we continue to keep them in our prayers. So, yeah, guys, it is what it is. And I don't know whether we should open the lines now, Mr. Anonymous, or at a later stage.
No, continue, just finish it.
I think I'm done with the reporting on the news of Advocate Mngomezulu. And it is somber. My mood is down. My whole day was wonky. I did not know whether I was coming or going because it was agonizing hearing the rumors in the morning and then getting confirmation later on. It was just too much for me. But I pray that everything with regards to the family goes well and they remain strong in this very challenging time. So yeah.
So yeah, was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
So you don't have any court proceedings today?
I do have the court proceedings. It was Advocate Mshololo who continued with her cross-examination of lead investigator Brigadier Bongani Gininda. Mshololo asked that they start with the one for the 27th of July 2023. The evidence of kennel stain was under cross-examination today, and Mshololo read from Kennel Stain's statement where he said, then I also received the same time downloads from Brigadier Gininda that he received from Captain Muswana and Sergeant Mabaso, I think, but it was written Mombasa. And they asked if Brigadier Gininda knew that the information that Stain testified that he received the downloads of the cell phones from Brigadier Gininda. And then Advocate Mshololo said maybe you can explain there that what Steyn meant by that. Gininda said that he thinks that the court would recall that at the beginning of his testimony, he did indicate that when he received the docket, there was cell phone data, in other words, discs on the docket when Colonel Steyn came into the picture, and he gave him those records as they are for him. He said that he received the docket, and in the docket there was already cell phone data that was already obtained by the previous investigators. In other words, after the docket was registered in 2014, and after this incident happened, Colonel Boomstrang, he said that he dealt with it in the proper sequence. He said that Lieutenant Colonel Neerteling seized the cell phones from the people when the people who were in the house. And those cell phones included Kelly Kumalo's cell phone, and they were processed accordingly, and they were then booked out and taken by Captain Mushwana, who was the warrant officer then. And then Captain Mushwana did the downloadings that picked up the number of accused number 5, and it was not known nor matched to accused number 5 because at that stage he was not in sight of the investigation. So those downloads were then filed in the docket but also kept on the database of the police. And he says subsequent to that, this is now how the first investigation team, Lieutenant Colonel Boomstrang, who was the captain, then applied for the Section 205 for all of the people who were inside the house. And when those Section 205s were received, they were also filed in the docket. And the other part, because it came through from Vodacom, it was kept at the TSU, a department that deals with the data of the SAPS. So now, he said that when he received that docket, with this data in the docket upon Colonel Steyn coming on board. He said he gave them this data and asked him first to authenticate it, the authenticity of what is contained in the docket, because he said that he was not there when it was applied for. So the response that he got was that indeed it got authenticated, and then he started working on it. So Brigadier Gininda said that he can confirm in saying what was contained in the docket was given to Colonel Steyn by himself, but Colonel Steyn is the one who authenticated that himself. So now moving to Sergeant Mabaso after accused number 3.
Who gave them these numbers? Where are those that were handpicked numbers?
Handpicked how?
Those ones who Steyn said I was given by Guinea.
Yeah, Mshololo didn't ask about those specific numbers that Steyn said he was given by Gininda to look for. Because now Gininda is completely extracting himself from what Colonel Steyn was doing. He's trying to say that he didn't look at the docket and the Section 205s in the docket. He just handed them over to Colonel Steyn without even looking at them. That is the theory now that he's going with, or his version of events is to say, I did not even look at it, I just gave it to Colonel Steyn and Colonel Steyn did the rest. So the mentioning of him giving Colonel Steyn some of the numbers to look through, he is not acknowledging it now, or maybe he's waiting to be cross-examined on it.
I'm hearing the rumors that Advocate Defo is allegedly released.
Hey, guys, I have another case.
No, we are also seeing the rumors. So far, it's rumors, I guess, until we know what happened, what is happening. But in all honesty, I'm divorced. I'm so divorced to this case. As in, I am divorced. I don't know how am I gonna come back from this. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's continue. Try to finish it.
Oh, to think that I still have a lot to go through. I'm so down, you guys. I don't know how we are going to move past this. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a coincidence. I get where you come from. Now, I was also thinking that if this was true, wow, God takes and God gives, I guess. When I say God,
Can we say it's even God at this point?
when I say God, I'm putting inverted commas. I say God takes, God give. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Aye. So now moving to Sergeant Mabaso, Gininda said that after accused 3 was on the site, they then picked up that under Cleveland case 92-2 of 2015, there was a cell phone that was seized under the case when he was arrested on the 9th of February 2019, and it was then downloaded. The original data was kept by Brixton, but a disc was made and given to the investigators of that time. The first downloader would have been Sergeant Nkosi in relation to the Cleveland case. Mshololo asked him that before we move on, or before I get lost in your answers, you said that there was data information contained in a disc. Did I hear you correctly? And Gininda said, insofar as the cell phones. Gininda said that he wanted to put it in a proper context. He said that there is section 205 and the data of the downloads that he was dealing with. And then Mshololo said that they were coming to the section 205. They're still talking about the beginning of the receipt of data right now. And Mshololo asked him, when you received the docket, you received the data information in respect of the devices which were downloaded from the devices of the people who were in the house. Am I correct? And Gininda said yes. And Mshololo asked him, and then you further mentioned that in those downloads, there was information that was contained in these downloads in respect to accused number 5. Gininda said that he was saying it in that context, but he did not analyze it. That's why he said that when he received it, because he knew it contained cell phone data, he handed it over to Colonel Steyn, and he said that he must authenticate them first and then start working on them. So he would not be in a position to say what was contained inside of them. What he can confirm is that when he gave him the report insofar as the downloads are concerned, he was able to link the number of accused number 5 with Kelly Kumalo. One thing about this is that Steyn is really not held accountable for all the linkages and communications that he may, in my opinion, have creatively constructed, in my opinion. That's my opinion. So Gininda is not entering this department in this line of cross-examination when it comes with Mshololo. He's completely alienating himself from what Steyn was doing. And it seems like Steyn was just doing whatever he was doing by himself. And Brigadier Gininda is creating the perception that he had nothing to do with it. So, I don't know. Does it feel like Steyn once again is being thrown under the bus, or?
No one is being thrown under the bus. All is well. Everyone is doing their part, I think.
And you know, this is funny because from the very beginning, before they even adjourned, I could sense that he was going to claim that he trusted Steyn as a professional and as an expert, and he could never question him on what he told him that he had found.
Yeah, I guess the DNA guy is not trusted yet because his theory is changed.
Yeah, his theory is changed and interpreted differently. So, he's not trusted. But Steyn, who now, at some point, we were all under the impression or alleging that he fabricated, but he's trusted. It's
all right, man.
And then since Steyn also said that Brigadier Gininda is the one who gave him the data, at the end of the day, he's the one who made the linkages. That's what it felt like from the very beginning. But then we're going to go through it and prove, or rather my speculations of what I'm trying to communicate. Gininda then said that this was the inference that he was making, that insofar as the downloads are concerned, that links accused number 5 to Kelly Kumalo was that the downloads coming from Steyn and the report he gave him was not his own analysis. So Gininda here is saying this is not my own analysis, it came from Colonel Steyn. So Mshololo asked him, so in other words, from the device that belongs to Miss Kelly Kumalo, there was data information that was downloaded that gave information linking calls between accused 5 and Miss Kelly Kumalo. Gininda said that that was the report that he got, and what is contained in Colonel Stein's statement. So Gininda said that he did not receive anything from Captain Mshwana, and he inherited a docket. In the docket, there were data in terms of cell phone records and downloads, and he handed them to Colonel Stein and asked him to authenticate what was in the docket. He went and did his own comparison, and he gave him a report that they were authenticated. So Mshololo then asked him, upon receipts of those downloads, did you on your own go through those downloads as the investigating officer, or you did not open them? And Gininda said, I didn't, my lord. I didn't have the expertise. That's why I needed the experts of Colonel Stein to come and assist. So now you need expertise. You didn't have expertise because now you can speak on the downloads and how they were done. However, you were busy telling us about DNA and 4 regions and how you understood it. 2% of DNA, if it matches, it's a match. Now you don't have expertise on very crucial evidence. This evidence is crucial, in my opinion. Then Mshololo said, do you know if those downloads were in a PDF format or a format that is editable when you gave them to Colonel Stein? Gininda said, no, I wouldn't know. I didn't have the expertise. I didn't check. So I wouldn't know, my lord. So did Colonel Stein say that those downloads were given to him in an Excel format, right? Not Word, but yeah, it was Excel. So Mshololo then said, you also mentioned that you received the Section 205 records. In which format did you receive them? And Gininda said, my lord, like I said, those are the expertise. The downloads and 205s were given in the same context to Colonel Stein because both of them were in the docket. So I didn't analyze and check those things. I don't have the expertise. That's why I said to Colonel Stein to check the authenticity first and then start working on them. And then when he came back and said he had authenticated it, even then I didn't have the expertise. He's the one that worked on the data until he gave me the last product. Mshololo asked him, but were they in an electronic copy or a hard copy? And Gininda said it was an electronic copy in a disk format. And Mshololo then said, from your previous experience of over 30 years, and most of the time you have been under the detective services, normally in other cases when you receive Section 205s from a service provider, will you receive them in a PDF format or a Word format under normal circumstances when you're investigating other cases? And Gininda now tells us that in his experience, they moved or they get the Section 205s in a PDF format. Then they are sent to the department that deals with data, the TSU of the SAPS, because that is the custodian and the office that deals with the service provider before the investigating officers come in. Notice how prior he didn't want to comment initially when Mshololo asked which format did you receive this in, and now he's saying that he received it in a what? Now he's saying that the format that usually that it comes in, it's in a PDF. It's very strange because prior he didn't have expertise. He didn't have expertise or experience to comment on what format it was in. But now
I hear people saying that this stain is being thrown under the bus. Under which bus? Wafit. Look, they can say whatever they want to say about
they'll find
anyone.
a way to clean him up.
It's okay. In my opinion, there's always a way to come out of any situation. In all honesty,
they all have 9 lives.
I am
just allegedly.
I'm just tired. I mean, just go through this. Let's go through this.
Then Gininda said that through his experience, he does not know that some analysts, because they cannot work on the PDF, they make arrangements with TSU to have that data converted to a Word document. It's in a Word format because of the request that was made. And Mshololo asked, in the circumstances where there had been a request of asking the change of a format, it will be a request done by that legal team of the SAPS before the PDF is handed to the respective investigating officer, or will it be a request that is done by the investigating officer? And Gininda said that it can be requested by the investigating officer at the request of an analyst that is done to analyze. And through experience, he says that he knows that analysts will only analyze when the document is workable and compatible with their system that is given by the police. So the request can either come from them or the police, but not the prosecution, because the analyst is the SAPS member who assists with the analyst and then produces the product of his analysis. So this doesn't exclude him, as much as he tried to answer in a very confusing manner, but it means that he can also make a request for the document to be changed into another format, as much as Steyn can as well. And he's saying initially that it's at the request of the analyst that he will request that it is downloaded or given to him in a particular format. So Mshololo then asked, so who will be in a position to change the Section 205 in a PDF into a Word? And Gininda said that what he knows is that it is done at the TSU. As who is designed or designated, he doesn't know, but as he's saying from the service provider, the data will go to the TSU, the request will go there. As to who designated to do it, he doesn't know that. So TSU, Mshololo is asking now, is the department that falls under SAPS. And Gininda said that was correct. And Mshololo said the reason why I'm clarifying this is because when Ms. Fine Thillingham testified, she clarified that the Section 205 records in this case were sent in a PDF format. That is why I'm asking at what stage and when was it changed from a PDF to a Microsoft Word format. And then Gininda said, that is my understanding. Normally providers will issue the 205s in a PDF, then upon request at the TSU, it will be converted to Microsoft Word. So does this mean that Steyn is the one who edited the Excel once it was given to him, since Gininda is leaving the entire responsibility of analyzing to Steyn? What does this mean? What does this mean?
Don't expect.
Then Mshololo then said, let's clarify the aspect where you asked Mr. Steyn to authenticate the downloads. Was Mr. Steyn present when the downloads were done from the cell phone to the disk that you found from the docket? I don't know how Mshololo could have squeezed it in there, but I needed her to ask him, were you there in the editing process or the converting process of this document, it being moved from a PDF to a Word or an Excel or whatever? And as Steyn was making those numbers and putting the numbers of the downloads, did he tell you that those numbers are from the downloads, or were you there when he was putting them on that Section 205? Because that's literally what he did. He took the so-called downloads of Kelly's phone and put them in the Section 205, allegedly. So that whole process of him doing that, were you there or not? So that it's on record, his answer. So then Gininda said, no, he was not. As I said, the downloads were done by Captain Mshwana. And Mshololo then asked were the respective devices of the people who were in the house present at the time. And Gininda said, no, those phones were handed back in 2014 when they were done with the downloads. It was the data that was contained in the docket. And when he said that, Ken Steyn, precisely because he knows he was not involved, that he must authenticate and verify what is contained in the disk with what is found in the data of the police and what came from Vodacom. He had to verify that was authentic. And Mshololo asked, there is no way which Ken Steyn could have authenticated that data information that was given to him, because he was not present when the information was downloaded. The information contained in the disk is the original information that was retrieved from the following devices, of which were in my presence when they were retrieved. This is now Gininda responding that they were not. Okay, this is Advocate Mshololo explaining what she means when she says that there's no way that Steyn could have authenticated, because he had to be there when they were moved from the cell phone to the disk. and to the downloading process. Kennel Stain was not there. So Kennel Stain was not in a position to do that because those devices were no longer there, right? And Ginina said that he disagreed and gave his reasons. But then the judge interjected and he said, because of your 30 years experience. And Ginina said, indeed, my lord. So Mshololo again said, there is no way Kennel Stain could have authenticated the information retrieved from the device belonging to Miss Kelly Khumalo, which linked the call belonging to accused number 5. Although here I wish you could have said the alleged call that is said to be made to accused number 5. Sometimes you have to emphasize such minor details. But it's fine. He said because he was not there when the information was retrieved from Kelly's phone, he only received the data information which was stored in his absentia. Gininda said that he disagreed. Perhaps one had to look at how downloads were done, saying it to Advocate Mshololo, because downloads are a mirror image, according to him, of the cell phone. When you authenticate, you look at the information, the data that you have in relation to what was downloaded by the police. The experts have those expertise because the data will indicate insofar as EMI number of the downloads that were done on the phone, which will be read insofar as my experience tells me, which will be read into the cell phone data section 205, which will indicate the cell phone number and the EMI number at that gadget. Through their expertise, they will be able to say this data is indeed coming from their storage data of the SAPS and subsequently confirmed by the service providers if it's cell phone records. All of this mouthful coming from someone who said they don't have expertise and they cannot comment on what Kennel Stain did. Did you hear that answer? Only when it's convenient they speak on what Kennel Stain did.
According to their experience.
According to the 30 years experience. Then Mshololo said, before you move, let me just... And then the judge interjected and said, Miss Mshololo, just let him say something. So here, Mshololo wanted to interject because he was now going to Norway, to that island of his that he goes with his essay long answers. But then she wanted to put something, and the judge quickly interjected and wanted Mshololo to not interrupt him and to let him go on and on. So going on, he did. He said, secondly, my lord, in that process of authenticating what we have, because this is what I gave to Kennel Stain, is that you have to seize the documents which were obtained by Kennel Neethling when he obtained the phone. So in other words, he seizes the phones and puts them in a forensic bag, and each phone that is seized, the chain is there. He completes each phone, put it in a forensic bag. Before it gets to the downloader, it is processed accordingly up to the SAP 13. Isn't this what Kennel Stain was saying and testifying on? The person who has expertise is now repeating Kennel Stain's evidence. And then when they ask him simple, basic questions, like when you transferred or when you took these Section 205s to Kennel Stain, were they in a PDF or were they in a Word document? You can't answer that. But here you are going on. He said after they were booked at the SAP 13 by him, you can see the forensic bag numbers. That is the chain. And then the analyst at the time, Captain Mushwana, books them out. Who did the actual downloading, the mirror image of those phones? That is the chain that is available. And what we have is disclosed to the defense as well. And then Mshololo asked him, do we have a chain statement of a person who confirmed the download that was done from the devices into the disks that you received? Baloyi said that these are exhibits before court. He does not understand why the witness is being asked about that. But the witness is the one who volunteered all this information and went halabaloo, and you just decided to let him. Even the judge said, Miss Mshololo, please don't interrupt him. Let him continue, And he continues. And then now Mshololo is now given the responsibility of now an objection that really has nothing to do with what she was asking,
Yep.
He said that those documents serve as exhibits before this court, and Mshololo moved on now. And he said, you know what? Today she was very demure, very mindful. She was not going to let them get under her skin. And I was so happy. I was relieved. This was before we found out the bad news. Of course, it was in the morning. I was like, yo, Mshololo's really handling this better than I thought.
Yeah. T. Brownskin, thank you. God bless you.
T. Brownskin, thank you so much. Thank you. Hey, Guy Mshololo today. She's a different person. She's so calm, and she's like, every time when Gininda wanted to entangle her in an argument, and she was like, let's move on. Let's move on. I will take whatever you are saying, which reminds me of another a comment I saw from a lawyer. They were saying that in the court, it's not even about arguments in between the witness and the counsel. You just want to document an answer at the end of the day. So it doesn't really help the arguments and the going back and forth and anything else. You just want to document something that they will say. So if they decide to speak in essays and paragraphs that don't end, it's an answer on the record. You'll find what you can do with it at a later stage. You just let them go, because what point does it help, especially when you have a judge like the current one who just lets it happen? You just go with the punches, you roll with the punches, and you just let them do whatever they want to do, but you document the answer. So Mshololo moved on and said, do you remember the name of the person who confirmed that these downloads had been downloaded from the original cell phones? Just the name of the officer. And Gininda said, no, my lord, I think that exercise was best done by staying. So he can best deal with that, my lord. A very simple
and
question.
Guess what? The smart move was that we started with the people we're going to need because of the explanations. They're all gone. We've even recalled them, some of them, Did we?
We did.
So, yeah, it's nice stuff. Look, I'm at the stage where I'm saying, as painful as it is, as painful as it is, I think to put an end into a bleeding wound, sometimes you just have to let the inevitable happen. That's the only thing, because the next person comes, problems happen, we go through this roller coaster again, de novo happened. The next person is going to come and say, I want to familiarize myself with this case.
And I heard, isn't Tabu Dabusan saying that the new lawyer who's going to come in, who's going to need time to go through the transcripts, and they will be billing each time they read the transcript.
So, yeah, it's
they will be billing for reading the transcript.
Now, which takes us back to, well, I guess accused number one now goes back to, what do you call this thing?
Legal aid.
Legal aid. Yeah. Uzamile for to try to prove you're innocent. In all honesty, all of them, they've tried. But I think if it's gonna rain, it should rain to avoid something big happening somewhere else because of us trying to stop the rain. That's how I feel.
I also felt that way. I'm like,
yeah, just do what you have to do, bro. Like, it's okay. It's okay.
Just do whatever you want. It's not like anybody can stop you at this point.
Unstoppable.
So Mshololo then said, let's move on to the Section 205 records now. You have just confirmed that you cannot recall if they were in a PDF or Word format. And now Gininda said, no, my lord, that's not what I have said. I said I did not check them because I don't have the expertise. So Mshololo then asked him, so in other words, you cannot confirm that you did not know. Gininda said, I did not check them. It's different from not recalling what you saw. This is exhausting, honestly. But then Mshololo said, you furthermore mentioned that Colonel Steyn reported to you that he received information that there were calls made between the numbers of Kelly and accused number 5. Gininda said that's correct. Mshololo then asked him, did he tell you the date? Gininda said that he recalls the date of the 2nd of August 2014 and the 15th of August 2015. And Mshololo asked, did he tell you what type of a transaction was made? Was it a call? Was it a message? Was it a type of communication? Was it if you refer to it as a communication? And Gininda said that he said it was a call that was made using data or internet, but it was a call. It was a communication.
Yeah, there was a call
from one cell phone to another, not messages,
yeah.
A call using internet or data. That's my recollection. Not a call in an open platform.
Yeah, we accept it. There is a call. What if it's a WhatsApp? I don't know. It's okay. It can be WhatsApp. It can be anything.
Let it be whatever.
We accept
are tired.
that there was a call. We believe the investigation was done properly. We believe the call happened
in the internet.
In that internet, it was maybe WhatsApp. It could have been WhatsApp. We believe it. There was a call. What can we say? Oh, the DNA, yeah. The DNA is inconclusive.
We are the crazy ones.
Yeah, we are just crazy. We don't know.
Just do whatever you want. We are tired. This is exhausting, honestly speaking. I am even more impatient now. There's nothing. Basically, there's nothing. There's nothing that you can get from a person who does not want, in my opinion, answer. He just goes left and be there talking, and the judge says, let him speak. It's fine.
So
do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I also have to say that all the defense counsel, respect to them.
Yeah.
Because some of us don't have the patience. We'd have literally walked out.
Yeah. I think at this point in time, it was the right time to walk out.
We'd have packed our things and left it alone. Some of us don't have that patience. But you guys are fighting for your clients. There's honor. So respect to all of them from Ramos.
I mean, what can we say, Wafrit? We have really seen that issue of a call. It does not exist. I don't care which aspect. In my opinion, it does not exist. Even Steyn himself, he failed to answer as to what he used WhatsApp, and WhatsApp was debunked.
Yes, he was
but
saying
still
because
used,
there was data usage, it means there was a call. Where have you heard that? How did you come to the conclusion that it was a call? He failed. He ended up telling us that it was a WhatsApp call.
And then he was debunked. And then he came with a BBM. BBM was also...
You have to use a PIN. Now the lead investigating officer is singing the same song. And
there was a call.
It over and over and over
Steyn
again.
told me there was a call. The same Steyn that could not answer what platform was used to call.
We are tired.
So what? Do you keep on arguing?
It's like arguing with a wall.
The judge tells you, 30 years, 50 years, this person I experience, I expect his. What can you say? Ngampela, that has not been said.
He said that the data was used in the downloads of Miss Kelly Khumalo's phone. Data was used to make the phone call between those two devices. Mshololo went to the call data information received from the service provider, and Gininda said that this is not how he understood Colonel Steyn to be explaining to him downloads will not reflect in the normal call data because downloads are coming from the actual device. Service providers do not have access when you see the Section 205. They see what is open, they see the usage of data, but they do not see, for example, WhatsApp calls. They will not pick them up to today. They can, insofar as the usage of data. He said his understanding of Colonel Stein's report to him is that he was able to pick up this call from the downloads of Miss Kelly Kumalo, which the service provider will not have. So Mshololo then asked him, was it a WhatsApp call? Gininda said that is not what he said. He made an example of the WhatsApp call in terms of the recent times to say even today, if you have to establish or identify a WhatsApp call, you'll have to get the device because you cannot get it from Vodacom. You cannot apply to any service provider for Section 205s. And in those Section 205s,
but Section 205 does have to align with the data usage. You know, it does report that. At least that's what I heard in that court.
Well, he said that in those Section 205s, there's no way, he even emphasized, no way that you're able to identify calls that are made by data. He said you'll only identify real calls in an open platform. Data calls and internet calls, they are sort of like COVID. He said he's not sure what was the right terminology that was used then in 2014. He said he's in his understanding of the report that he received from Colonel Stein is that data or internet was used to make this call that he identified in the downloads of Miss Kelly Kumalo, not the service provider. He said if you look at the service provider, you will get the conflicting report. You need to look at the downloaded data that Colonel Stein referred to. Contradicting again, because how did you read from the data usage that it was specifically a call and not her watching a movie, watching music videos on her phone, or doing something else that consumes data? How did you specifically came to the conclusion that it was a call? And if it was indeed a call, how long was the call duration? Basic stuff like that.
You know what is crazy about this, Amen? If you talk about WhatsApp, there was a call of WhatsApp. You have to go to WhatsApp.
It's a
and
company.
See a call.
Yes.
There. You know? If you
They
say,
will
okay,
pull
there
it
was
for
a
you in
call
their
for
servers.
WhatsApp, you have to say.
You can even go to WhatsApp
Yes.
itself.
But
download,
here,
backed up.
here we're told there was a call. And it's a call. That's it. What app? It's a call. It was a call.
Just because Ugelwa Bantu was using the internet, she made a call.
There was a call.
She
what
had
app?
mobile data on. She used Wi-Fi. We don't know. But she made a call.
What
via
app did
the
you
internet.
use? It was a call. It was a call. Now, how can you fight something like that?
What app did she use to make this call?
How can you fight something like that? How can you argue against that? Yeah, it was a call. There was a call.
We are the crazy
okay,
ones.
I-call yenzeke Google, and if it happens with Google, maybe there was a way, you know.
There's a Google company, Google South Africa.
Yes.
Guys.
What call? It's just a call. You know, you have to argue with such a thing. It's the same thing as arguing a case where you do not know if there is a what you call a mastermind or you are an intruder. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as arguing against DNA that you were excluded on.
They can do whatever
the same
they
thing.
want.
You argue more than a couple of hours. I mean, everyone was arguing that. It's the same thing. What more can you do? What more can you do? Tell me, what more can you do? It's the same thing as people coming to court and saying, we saw so and so. It's the same thing, and they're willing to put people on the stand.
They are believed.
They were willing to put people in the stand.
Yes.
It's the same thing.
We're pointing.
And then we wake up, we are told someone passed away. It's just the same thing. You can't fight the system. You can't fight the system.
Well, Mshololo then said, thank you, Brigadier, for the clarity that you cannot really tell what type of a call it was back then in 2014 when the incident took place, because nowadays it's WhatsApp call, but you cannot tell what type of a call it was in 2014. And Gininda said yes, because he doesn't have the expertise, as he has said. So he will not be able to indicate what type of a call, except to say the call says that the report says data or internet, that is insofar as he was told that data and internet was used in that statement.
Dumb when you want to, clever when you want to. Huh? Yeah. Guess yes, man.
Then Mshololo asked that Gininda place on record the entry of 2 dates only on the statement from Vodacom. And from the 15th of October 2014, Gininda read that the number of the person who received the call was 27827044358, which is said to be Kelly's number. And from now on, I'll be referring it to as 358, or the number ending with 358. That's Kelly's number. The date was the 2nd of August 2014. The time was 22:40:47, and the other party's number was 278345713330, which is alleged to be accused number 5's number. But then the cell name, it said 3G Kimberly MWCEN. And Mshololo asked Miss Kelly Kumalo, when she received this number, she did not receive it from the number belonging to accused number 5, which is 0733059202. This is the number that accused number 5 admitted as his. And she asked Gininda, do you see that? And Baloyi stood to object. He said that you cannot compare apples and pears. He said you can't compare the call data of Vodacom and the downloads that you are comparing to two. That's two different things. So now they are trying to differentiate the PDF from the Excel to say that they are not the same, even if the Excel was kind of drawn from the PDF of the Vodacom section 205. Now they're trying to tell us, no, it's not the same. There's a separate document where it deals with the downloads, all the phone call downloads of Kelly Kumalo's phone. And then there's another one that is the section 205 from Vodacom. So now we are being made, or this thing is being rewritten. Rewritten how? At first, we were told that Excel sheet was a section 205 from Vodacom, where it happened to have this additional information of phone calls that were not there in the section 205 of Vodacom. They just added things like this phone call between Kelly Kumalo and accused number 5. And then that very same one that was embedded in that Excel sheet as one document is now said to have separate documents now all of a sudden, because I'm sure you guys can recall how Advocate Nisi was accusing Steyn of fabricating. Do you guys remember that? So now they are trying to cover up. Allegedly, but what is happening now? There's a separation now of to say no. There's a separate document for cell phone downloads from Kelly Kumalo's phone, and then the section 205 of Kelly Kumalo's phone. So the judge then was fagazing again and said that Steyn, who is supposed to be an expert, didn't he give evidence in this court? Baloyi said that that is what he testified. And the judge said on the same aspects, and Baloyi was like, yes. Well, the judge said that no, this gentleman is saying, I'm not an expert. Kushua Gininda. He's an expert only when it suits him. but he's not an expert on this one. He said, I got the report from Steyn. This court must evaluate the evidence. What should it do with an expert and a non-expert? So in other words here, he's casting aspersions that he would rather believe an expert over a non-expert, which is the same philosophy that Gininda was using when he was telling us that people with no firearm licenses have no right to speak on what kind of firearms they saw. So the judge literally here is implying that, you know what, he would choose to rather believe Steyn's evidence and not have Gininda answer these questions pertaining to this part of evidence. He will rather go with what Steyn was saying. He doesn't need Gininda commenting on this part of evidence, in my opinion. Then Balwe said that this evidence is on the record with regard to Ms. Fine-Dillingham. And he said that Ms. Fine-Dillingham also elaborated on that. So this IO cannot be assisted to understand the evidence by cross-examination. They must just leave him to believe whatever he wants to believe. Nami, guys, I'm giving up. If they are saying that the kettle is green when it's blue,
it is green.
You know,
the pain of going through the pain slowly, but you see where you are going. Because I mean, your eyes are open, you are able to think. You see where you are going, right? Now, what is currently happening is just in case someone decides to take, I want to take this to appeal. You know, you are just ticking all the box.
Yeah, just so they are safe and pensions are not taken away and stuff, allegedly. So Mshololo asked the judge if she can continue, and the judge said yes. Mshololo pointed it out to Gininda that she has just shown him that PDF from Vodacom, and it contains a different number that is said to belong to accused number 5, and that is said to have made contact with Kelly Kumalo. She said that she will come to the explanation later, and Gininda said that he sees the document, but that is not the report that he got from Steyn. The report that he got from Steyn is the call. The call is contained in the cell phone downloadings, not in the section 205s. So now here I was starting to get that picture that, oh, the reason why Steyn came back, even though he couldn't articulate himself well. My apologies. He couldn't articulate himself well. But the reason here, he was coming to separate documents. He was coming to say, instead of me impeding that call, that Advocate Nisi said it was fabricated on the PDF, let me extract it from the PDF. He used Excel to embed it. So he embedded it on the Excel. So let me say, since Pinky came and testified and gave evidence of the PDF from the Vodacom, there was the PDF from the Vodacom, and then there was a separate document instead of the Excel. We've discarded the Excel. Now we are saying there's a separate document that only spoke of the cell phone downloads. And that separate document that spoke of the cell phone downloads, there is a phone call that is made by the internet. And that is the phone call that was made between accused number 5 and Kelly Kumar. I hope it makes sense. I tried to break it down as easy as I can. But if they want to believe what they want to believe, guys, I second the singer. Let's just watch the show. So that is why he said, if you look at the section 205, you will have a conflicting report. Now he's making Mshololo look like she's the Lulu. She's the Dululu one, right? And he's saying you need to look at the download themselves, because he thinks that that's what Colonel Steyn told him. And he thinks that it's included in his affidavit. So Mshololo then said she was looking for that answer. And she said 082704435. That's Kelly's number. 358. That's Kelly's number ending with 358. The date on this call data information was the 15th of October 2015. The time was 17:33:57. The other party's number was 2714379551, which is completely a different number to the one that made contact on the 2nd of August 2014. That is alleged to be that of accused number 5. So this one is completely different. It's a different number, and it says 2GF Dale Farm LIM2. Now Mshololo asked him, do you see that everything is the same in that block except for the other party's number? It is different to that of accused number 5. The cell name is the same. And Baloyi said that he's raising the same objection and said that Colonel Steyn said that the downloads, you add 2 hours. It still doesn't change the fact that those numbers are different and they may actually not be accused number 5's number. So I don't know what the 2 hours I don't understand. And the 2 hours, as far as we can recall, was used pertaining to what? Pertaining to the messages, the SMSs and stuff. I don't know about phone calls. I don't recall Steyn giving testimony on phone calls with just cell phone downloads.
No, pertaining to the downloads
of the cell phone. But does it change the fact that the numbers might not be accused number 5's numbers?
No, it doesn't. Doesn't change the
it will only change the time from 1700 hours to 1900 hours, and then what? Does that mean? Then he said that this was covered by Colonel Steyn in his affidavit, that these calls were contained in the downloads and not in the section 205s. How come he included these downloaded calls in the same place with the section 205 for the Vodacom?
100% record.
In an Excel
100%
sheet?
record, apparently. The cases.
Manje sengiyasaba.
At his face. 100%
Sengiyasaba.
record.
Ngiyasaba for the people that have
100%. Umuntu akaluzi next.
Well, Mshololo continued. Gininda repeated that he said that what he received from Colonel Steyn was the number that links accused number 5 to Ms. Kelly Kumalo, and it is contained in the downloads, not the section 205. Then Mshololo said, I understand, Colonel, I do appreciate your answer. But what I want is from you is the record to show this exhibit where it shows the numbers that made the call to Kelly Kumalo as different numbers. And those numbers are not of accused number 5. Gininda said that Mshololo was reading the wrong document. He said the calls will be on Miss Kelly Kumalo's cell phone. He said it was 2 different documents. It is not downloads of Vodacom compared to downloads of Colonel Steyn. This is normal data on an open platform from Vodacom. Colonel Steyn has a different product that comes from the device itself. Mshololo then said the accused will come and tell this court that he denies ever making any call to Ms. Kelly Kumalo's number ending with 4358 using this number of 0733052902 on the 2nd of August 2014. And as it is confirmed by Exhibit JJ. Exhibit JJ is the statement or the Section 205 from Vodacom. Gininda maintained that the report he got from Steyn differs from the Section 205 from Vodacom. It confirms that there was a call made through data, as he said that it was linking the communication between Ms. Kelly Kumalo's cell phone and that of accused number 5. Well, then Mshololo said, but the service provider does not have that record. And Gininda said, secondly, the exhibits are looking as is not that she was looking at are not the exhibits of the downloads. You need to look at the downloads themselves because it contains the movement, the SMSs and the calls. He said, we are looking at the wrong document, trying to find that call. That call contained or is contained in the downloads of Miss Kelly Kumalo. Well, Mshololo said, secondly, the accused will deny that he made any call on the 15th of October 2014 at 17:33:57 to the number of Ms. Kelly Kumalo using the number as it is confirmed in Exhibit JJ, Vodacom Section 205, as the number was also different to that of accused number 5. And Gininda maintained that Colonel Steyn's report and that they are looking at the wrong document trying to find that allegedly manufactured call, in my opinion. Says that there was a call made and that it would be found in the downloads of Akeli Kumalo. So thirdly, Mshololo said accused number 5 will come and tell this court.
So tell me, this app that downloads and maps, it's so smart. It is so smart that it can detect that there was a call maybe on WhatsApp without having her WhatsApp on both cell phones.
Yes.
What an app.
It was a futuristic call.
What an app.
It was a call like no other in 2020.
Maybe we must start designing it. I'm going to sit here on
it was a magnificent call.
We must start designing that app, yeah?
We don't even know the devices that were used with these numbers. Imagine. For all we know, it could be Bobobo.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But there is an app that can read which there was a call. That's it. This app only reads which there was a call.
And it doesn't have
where it was made. It's not. And this app can even tell you about the time when it was made, by the way. But it does not tell you on what app.
No, it doesn't. So Mshololo said, thirdly, accused 5 will come and tell this court that at no stage in his life did and during the period of 2014 did he ever communicate with or call Miss Kelly Kumalo. Gininda said, but my lord, the statement of Colonel Steyn says the date as far as the device is concerned and that number is linked to accused number 5. Mshololo moved on and said, after receiving the information about the call that was made from Miss Kumalo's number, did you ask Miss Kumalo about this? All that she received, if she knows accused number 5. Gininda said, my lord, I think I dealt with this part. That when Miss Kumalo was a person of interest, the moment her name was mentioned as a trigger point, that is how she was viewed, and the investigation which resulted in this was a result of the confession made by accused 1 and subsequent accused number 2, and a number of things were discovered. So she wasn't a witness. We were looking at her as a person of interest, as a trigger point that led to the death of the deceased. So Mshololo then said, so the answer is no. Gininda said, yes, because we were not viewing her as a witness as it's being put to me, my lord. Then Mshololo said, can you just school me here? I want to understand this person of interest in law. Maybe I've missed it in my experience. The person of interest, I want to understand whether is it a suspect or a future accused or an assailant or a victim or a complainant or a witness. You've already said that you don't see her as a witness. Can you assist me so I can be able to understand the status of Miss Kelly Kumalo in regard to this cause? And Gininda said, my lord, she was a suspect in simple terms. It took us
the fact she said
the whole month of cross-examination, a whole month to discover that she was a suspect. She was. Keyword here is was, Mr. Anonymous.
It's not he is a suspect.
Is no longer is a suspect, or has it ever been is, but was. The key word here is was a suspect. In simple terms, because there were assertions or allegations labeled against her, and subsequent to that, in collaboration, the confession of both accused 1 and 2, things were cropping up that they were creating a picture that implicates her or collaborates what is being said in both the confessions of accused 1 and 2. So Mshololo then said, now that we are of the same view that Miss Kelly Kumalo is a suspect in this matter, did you then ask Miss Kelly Kumalo about the circumstances under which she received a call from accused number 5? What was being discussed? If I say the circumstances, it includes the commission of the offense. Gininda said, my lord, I think I dealt with this part. I answered this question
with the greatest respect to Advocate Mshololo.
Yes. And I indicated that it was a prosecutorial-driven investigation. This decision was taken that he should not be approached, or she should not be approached at the time.
As a person of interest.
He says that he dealt with this part even further to apply for a warrant of arrest for her, but dealt with this aspect with greatest of respect to Advocate Mshololo if she forgot. Mshololo then said, so the NPA prevented you from doing further investigations on these transactions. Baloyi stood to object and said that he does not think that that is the type of preposition
that's correct,
that can
actually.
be made to the witness.
That's a correct way of looking at it. It's prevention.
Mm.
You can try to sugarcoat, but it is prevention.
Mm. So Mshololo then said that is how she understood the witness to be saying it. It was a prosecutorial driven investigation.
You are not wrong.
Wherein he was advised not to approach or pursue the suspect, which is Miss Kelly Kumalo.
A person of interest.
Baloyi said that Counsel should know that the DPP exercises a discretion, and within the confines of the Constitution, there's no such thing as preventing anyone from doing anything. The DPP exercises his discretion, his powers within the confines of the Constitution. He said, we therefore submit that that is not the type of proposition that can be put to a witness. Mshololo said that she was also aware of those powers for the DPP. She has also been a state advocate for 24 years.
Listen to the mockery from the judge.
The judge asked, then why do two advocates differ? The law has to be similar. And Mshololo said the word prosecutorial came from the witness. She took it to say that the state and not the SAPS. Prosecutorial phela khulungwa nga state akhulungwa nga SAPS makuthiwa prosecutorial driven. So
hayi siyabafuna ubabona lewo prosecutorial laba. As I just want to see them just to lay my eyes on them and be like, wow, what a bunch of clever people. They did number one here. You know, like here's a new definition of person of interest, in my opinion. It's a person that is used as a decoy to confuse the case. That's a simple. A person of interest is a person who can be anything. He can be a complainant and change when the time allows, and then become a suspect. And you know, it's, in my opinion, it's a person who has many characters in that case.
Anything is an amoeba.
That's a person of interest, in my opinion. So please go edit your diary there.
Mshololo asked to rephrase it. The judge said that the investigating officer does not have the powers to charge anybody. That's how he learned his law 50 years ago, and Mshololo said that it was good. That is why he listened to the NPA. It was good that Brigadier Gininda listened to the NPA. And that's why she's asking if it's the NPA that prevented him from making the follow-ups of these transactions, that the person they said was a suspect, to find out any information as the investigating officer. Then the witness says that he was not prevented by the NPA. Gininda said that that's not correct. He did not say that. Baloyi said that there's an ongoing investigation against Ms. Kelly Kumalo. He does not know where Mshololo got the impression that he was prevented. Then Judge Fagazile.
What investigation?
The investigation on Kelly Kumalo is ongoing.
You go arrest Kelly Kumalo on the basis that there was a call on data, on the data. Internet call.
Please.
Try it.
Amuse me. Try it today. In fact,
when you are done with this one, because you want to finish this one,
go and arrest her. Please.
Try it.
We want to see something. Yes.
Can't need.
Try. Just try it. Try and arrest her internet. Based on this phone call.
That does not have an app. Internet.
Yeah. We will be waiting. We will be there. We will be there.
So you'll investigate until infinite, most, because there is no, you're not gonna find out. Your state is not gonna give you an app.
No. He's gone back to Cape Town. What app? In 2014. Maybe he's doing research.
I will pay you.
Man. Maybe it will pop up.
I will pay you. Or got data. You had a call, got data. When the lawyer actually asks you what data, what app was that?
Yes.
You say it was a call. You're a person of interest.
Plus, Kelly is here. The lawyer will probably say, "Can I have the downloads? Can I have everything so that my IT expert looks at it?"
Aw, angawupata. And obviously, the lawyer will definitely ask for a different judge.
And a different judge.
Obviously.
Yes.
That's the power of money.
Yes.
You can appeal for the judge to recuse himself. And then, when you do that, you can use the very same case that arrested these people. By that time, those people will be rotting in jail. You use the very same case to say, my lord, here where I feel that this judge was not fair. Here and here and here and here and here. So I don't want this judge. Recuse yourself.
That will take another 40 years.
So I go and
Yes, in Mabayenzelente by Funai.
Yeah, just finish.
They must just finish.
But let me tell you, from the look, you know what? We've been missing something. I think we've been missing something. We have been glorifying the arrival of this political party. Which is it?
Which?
The one that made this case, fast forwarded this case.
Is it GNU?
No, not GNU.
What political party?
Grenell's one.
Or AfriForum?
Yeah.
It's not a political party.
What is it? What is that? The organization?
Yes.
That thing created problems, but I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it created a lot of problems.
This case, it didn't have meat, it didn't have merit. There were no accused number 3 and 4 and 5 and 6.
They left it with no arrest.
From there, after that, then there was this arrest that happened. And then there was confessions. So, in all honesty, in my opinion, they caused us more harm than the assisting. That's all I can say. I mean, in my opinion, this Afro something, it caused us more harm.
I agree.
There is nothing that this thing did. This case is still standing in one place, but except that few people's life have been ruined and few people's life have been, like it just ruined some people's life, a lot of them, in my opinion. So
I see again.
So in all honesty, it was that hogwash criteria that was used, because you hear this man talking about how the investigators relaying the information and telling them that they've got suspects and all that, and all of a sudden, where did they get all these people? Why didn't they act on this? You mean they just tell me that they were sitting on this?
They were sitting on it, I doubt. It just came up.
All of a sudden, there's some Zungu coming who's like, hey, yeah, these guys, I was with them. All of a sudden, the father of Zungu, the Zungus, many Zungus. Some of them, they cannot even come to court.
The head of the NPA that's making rounds. There's a clip I saw that really disturbed me.
Yeah, we'll make it for you guys. We'll make them we'll make it for them. To see. In all honesty, there was nothing in this case. Meaning, what I see, there was nothing. The Matataruna atomile that day.
So
day.
The performance was for AfriForum.
Bo Ntanzi's life was ruined. That day. It's 4 years now. And from there to show, in my opinion, it was an issue of power. People must shake because of who we are. People shook, then from there they are quiet.
They were saying that they believe the lead investigators.
They started pushing that direction, but now they are quiet.
Our Gerinala is no longer.
In all honesty,
interviews.
Our problem started there. Then now there was a need to defend someone. This case,
now I'm still glad they did.
Why?
Because we are seeing what is happening
with people's life.
Can you imagine for all these other cases that are not covered in the media?
Where is it going to help us? It's not like
But it's not going to stop or get better or get easier.
Where is it helping us? We are in a situation where people are just doing as they wish. It's like saying, okay, I want to see. Just highlight it for now. But either way, it's still going to go the same way. Whether in silent, in noisy places, or you highlight it, you put it out there, it still does the same thing, same damage. You know, it's not like, oh, there's going to be some public protection and, hey, what is happening here? No, it still goes the same way. Same old, same old. So it does not help anything, in my opinion. Whether it was highlighted or not, it is happening. It is happening. Some of it, even our sisters are using it.
Yeah, they're using it to their advantage.
It is happening. We cannot take that away. We cannot take that away. It's happening. So, did I want it to happen like this so that it can prove that it does happen while I know it's happening? No. Because now people's life have been messed up. Big time. Families. We're talking about hundreds and hundreds of people. Might look at maybe the number is more, in my opinion.
Families are suffering.
So I didn't want them. I don't want them. Yeah. The families approached them, maybe because they were grieving. But I can tell you right now, if there was a way of reversing that decision, they probably reverse it.
Yeah, after Sfiso was...
If really there was a way of reversing that decision, they probably reverse it.
They didn't want to listen to Sfiso at all.
Because at some point it was, okay, at least it's going to give us 375. But we are seeing that 375 is not coming.
It's being killed in that court.
So, what do you think is going to happen? Nothing. We are back there. They are back to square one. The people that are there, they don't believe that they should be there. So either way, well, you asked for manpower. The manpower came. They took you from A to B, and then they brought you back to A. Even worse, maybe. Even a bit further than A, back. You know, because now you have to live with the fact that you know for sure, and there's nothing you can do, because this case is not about you, it's about the states, and you know for sure that people who are there, who are arrested, who will be sentenced, are not the people that probably, according to, as far as Fiso is saying, did this. So now, in all honesty, if there was a way of reversing this whole ruckus, we don't know. So angazi ukuthi ungayibeka uyithini. Some might even argue that maybe other people will still be alive, you know. Some might even, you know, there are a lot of maybes, you know. But Silala's corner, man. We are here. We are just here.
Well, the judge said that he was advised not to approach Miss Kelly at the time, speaking for Brigadier Gininda. Gininda added that not to stop the investigation, the NPA did not say that they should stop, but they should collect more evidence. In November 2020, he presented further evidence, and Gininda said that prevented does not mean that he was stopped. Mshololo asked to move on, and she asked, is it correct that you did not verify if these calls were made to Kelly Khumalo by Mr. Ntuli or by someone else using the number of Mr. Ntuli? Gininda said he did not talk to Miss Kelly Khumalo, but he's sitting with an expert statement that calls were made. I'm not sure whether I was expected now to get Miss Kelly Khumalo to say I did not make this call. I was sitting with an expert who gave me a report that these calls were made, and subsequent to that, he made an affidavit. How could I doubt that? I'm not sure what else do I need to go and verify with someone who does not have the expertise. As an expert, he said that calls were made. He gave him the downloads, and he said he's not sure what would be the relevance of him even contacting accused number 5 insofar as these calls were concerned. So accused number 5 was not even asked whether these calls, did you make them or not. Jesus. There was an expert who made the report and gave him an affidavit of that. So the answer is no, Mshololo asked, and Kinida said it's a no because I had an expert. I did not doubt my expert. The expertise of Colonel Steyn speak for itself. So I had no doubt that what he's telling me is improper. He's putting all of his faith, all of his might
Amen.
on Colonel Steyn.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Thank you. It was very torturing today. Right, guys, let's hear the calls. 2 minutes max. Can keep it 1 minute. That'll be good. 2 minutes max. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow they're probably not going to sit.
Yeah, obviously. And they did go the 15-minute adjournment. They didn't come back. I'm sure they heard the news. Maybe while we were sitting in agony, refusing to believe the rumors.
Yeah, let's press the like button, guys. Today I don't have the image. Please press the like button, please. And subscribe. And let's start talking about where to. Zanzi, hello.
Hello, guys. Ninjan Buffett.
Siyaphila njani?
Ngiyaphila. May I please not start by saying good job as always, but give the biggest that I've ever had. Umuntu omkhulu Will.
Yeah.
Ngizila kanjalo. Noma ngikufunde ekugcineni nami kwempilo yami. Ngoba I might have a lot that I'm going through. However, ayikho lento ye-concept yokuthi i-authenticity ekufanele yenziwe uSteyn under i-instruction kaGininda. Are these records correct or not? Because the phone downloads, they download them to the database of SAPS.
Yes.
That is why there is no correlation from what it tries to refer as open play. It already sells him away. That's not open play either. That's why I kick in very, very strongly. We know how we design those towers to be recording certain calls.
Okay.
I can put him on just one side of the table. I sit on the other. If he's dark, he will come out navy. If I start asking him questions, I can be hard on him. He will not come out alive. Then I do mkhulu wakhe lo ongene court kuvele kunuka igout. However, I must say that the high level of criminality economic justice system in this country is absolutely pathetic. if this is how this country operates, it is not going anywhere, particularly for people of color, and that includes me too. But ezinye izinto ngizoyikhuluma ngesinye isikhathi ngisazilile. Umuthi omkhulu uwile. Ngicela ukubeka lapho sibonge.
Siyabonga kakhulu mfana. Yeah, people are saying rest in peace, R.I.P. Mngomezulu on WhatsApp. I'm not even gonna read some of the things that are happening on WhatsApp unless you call. Yeah, guys. If there is no other call, all honest today, I would gladly take this time and try to suit myself and be fine. Maybe tomorrow, come back stronger. Yeah. Mzansi, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Guys, how are you?
We good, and you?
Good, man. You're speaking to Bones.
Yes, Bones.
Yeah, asihluliswe amazweni uzoba kadla.
Yeah.
Le case le azibuza nje ubona uzusenza ufumana ijustice sekuyomela kushona abantu abangaphi nje. Yabona nje namhlanje ngoba ngithola lezi ndawo soloko nimele ngilombuzo nje. Kuze nje usenzo ayathola ubulungiswa bangaphi abantu kumele kujonile. Yabona nje yona i-proceedings namhlanje ne-attitude ye-judge limele kakhulu wafethu andifuna ukungena. Yabona indaba kaMngomezulu abantu abaninzi balimaze. Make Mr. Enormous ngumuntu othanda uba positive mna yazi. The only thing engifuna uyisho kumzansi reality family bafethu asiqineni sisupportele amajita. Nanjona ne-platform nikwazi u-expose i-shenanigans ezenzekayo kule court nizi-highlight for nongaboni natsho wabona. Ngicela for wena Mr. Anonymous nawe sis-Emily sister wami ngiyanicela ibe positive. La majita i-decision azoyifumana eBloemfontein. Yabona ngoba sifike kwesa sigaba kumele samukele. And yabona ne-attitude as advocate, as defense lawyers, yayibona. That's why you will find them sometimes they say, no, it's fine, my lord. I just want to put it on record. They know. They were Bloemfontein as such as analyze the records, analyze the evidence. President Uba, let's judge if you can just after all this and this. If you check attitude, but no, don't worry. We want to put it on record. Yeah. They always emphasize that point. As in that, she look about the law. And can all nine. They say, oh, yeah, I'm depressed. I don't know born when I say you send Tigo one, you lose and you family, I'm a cousin. Yeah, I Cape Town High Court. Why not the case? I'm police. I more shield. I don't know much of the case. I'm a police. One so if you have two tokens, why don't you merge them? From there, ubalo you conflicted. Kwalando avumele decision yobala matoketi angamejo. Ubalo you conflicted. If justice said it was not for sale, ubalo shouldn't be there. According to you, nalomjana ndithi cousin wami ngazombezi. Uthi lamajita uthe lena ndithetha bentena izolo linye uthi no as I saw wena bongs notice as advocate xa zithetha zithi no my lord we want to put it on record. Ulumjida when you're going there at Bloemfontein as a judges they analyze the record, they analyze the evidence. That's when they come up with a question but let's judge if you can njani kwesisiqobo sinje. That's when amajita uthi no ni right le wenenza no support amajita bani positive. Lamajita ihlalani nazi ba i-decision ayifumana eBloemfontein indawo yePretoria norata asifele sikhohlwe yiyo utshila umjita amazwi ugqibela kwamthela nokazi namthe amazwi andomeleza ngawo ngalawo because yabona manje le way yale case sendi attach kakhulu indivenders number ndi west ke yabona namhlanje bengazi understand number ndi attach ka case yabona namhlanje yar That was
too much.
You ever man in the Mngomezulu. That's why I didn't realize I'm so case, man. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Abantu asinokole nabo abakho legal friend, but no, don't worry. These guys will get a decision eBloemfontein. Just ifamily zabo azame imali nani bani nayo into eniyenzayo njengoba ningabantu abasapota la majita zamani lo account umuntu othembekileyo because sometimes banokucharge for i-records if uzwayo approach i-private litigation as a record banokufuna imali banemali ethile bayifumana sometimes the last time eyepha yena ilanto client yakhe bayicharge i-25,000 for ufumana as a record proceedings besides imali yakhe yena as advocate for as a proceedings records 25,000 nalabo mayifika ePhonteni wafika zikhona ezishotayo so uthi umjita basinayo indlela sayenza sidonate from amajita enze lento yakhe urata gqibe siyazi uba kodwa utyana eBloemfontein utshilo umjita uthi asanowari yaba advocate njengoba zimane sithi we want to put it on record sezimfunde zamgqiba uba lo kodwa utyana eBloemfontein zimbonile uba uphi uthi especially uMr cross examination yakhe into be-emphasize uthi bembonile uyibukele ka-Mr Mnisi uthi uthande emphasis yakhe le judge xa izama umdistract uthi no my lord let's put it on record uyayazi uthi zonke za-advocate laa nto bazithetha ziyayazi laa nto ziyenzayo ziyibalile uba uzohlangana noBloemfontein. Thanks guys, let's be positive utsho kanjalo mnje uthe nam njengoba ndimcabanga khe ndifowune kule platform uthe ndispread loo message uba guys let's be positive i-decision nabanjita azoyifumana eBloemfontein indaba karatha nje asikhohlwe. Thanks a lot. Love and be strong, man.
Thank you. Right. That was positive. Hard way, but positive. Yeah, very positive. Yes, guys, we're still expecting calls. Do keep it at that 2 minutes. And we allowed this one because he was clarifying something. Thank you again for that. Yeah. See ya. Mzansi, hello. Do keep it at that 2 minutes. Mzansi, hello. Allowed this one because he was clarifying something. Right. I could hear myself. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, Mr. Ano.
Hi, sir. How are you?
I'm systematic.
Hi.
I'm very well, thanks. Thanks for taking my call. And I just have got few words, man.
Yes.
It's very difficult. I know it's probably the saddest day. I was not related to Mngomezulu. I just saw him on the court case, but my heart is broken, man. And it's more broken for his family, his kids, man. I'm more broken for the wife, such a young wife, and the kids. It's very, very difficult. It's a tough moment, but let us, when the news broke, it started as a gossip, and then I went to sleep. In my local time, it was 11 p.m. And then I went to sleep. I actually wanted to believe that it's fake news. And then I went to sleep. I was in pain when I slept. And then when I woke up today, I was in pain, but I felt a little bit positive to say, the only lesson I can get from this whole thing, Mngomezulu story, is life is too short. He did his best. In the few months that he was with us in this court case, he did his best. We saw what he's capable of doing. It was very difficult to work with the judge. There's a lot of negativity from the judge, from all his sources of theirs that say he was in court, he was feeling the court present yesterday when he is lying in hospital, very sick. And I'm just thinking, but this judge, why can't he himself ask, can I have the phone number for Mr. Mngomezulu? Because Mr. Mngomezulu is not coming to work, he's not feeling well. Why can't he get the phone number and call him instead of asking each and everyone if they've called Mngomezulu? What would be the point? And it just showed to me that people are different, and you cannot change a person, man. And like the previous caller said, I also believe in rather there is no justice, but it's not the end of the world. It's okay. Let's just keep our heads high, because I know the chips are down. But let's just be positive Even you guys, Sister Emily and Mr. Ano, I'm sure when you sit and then wake up tomorrow, face a fresh day with a new challenge, you're going to see the light. Because yesterday, even me, I didn't see the light. But today, I said, it's okay. I actually thank God for Mr. Mngomezulu. He did this part. According to me, he did a good job. And then what is left is for us to do our part. And even if they kept the cost and all the stuff that is involved to go to Bloemfontein, I don't know how it's all going to be implicated. And even for accuse one, I'm thinking if I remember, I think it was whatever the legal society says, or they were not going to fund him if he takes Mngomezulu. Because now, if Mngomezulu is no more, how is accused one going to continue? He must just come back and say, I don't have the money. And then if he doesn't have, they will be forced to help him. So there will be a light, guys. Let's just keep our eyes high. It's very difficult. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's difficult, guys.
Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Good, and you?
Good. You're speaking to Lesego here in Ireland.
Yes.
Yeah. I was just like to say rest in peace to Mngomezulu, and then to the family, sending my condolences.
Yeah.
It's a very, very sad thing that happened. Anyway, you see what happened, like the way we needed him and the anticipation that we wanted him to be back in that court. I think now the family needs us the very same energy account.
Yeah.
So let's not give up. Let's keep the spirit and then let's move forward, guys.
Yes.
Thank you so much, guys. I don't know how to take so long.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Right. Let's hear what you guys are saying in terms of people prophesying and whatnot. I don't buy that thing. I don't buy it. I just don't like people taking advantage of the situation and claiming to if you could see things, you could have seen things 10 months ago, 10 weeks ago.
Help.
I mean, if you want to say, I prophesied properly, you can't on the last hour when things are happening and you are prophesying. I come on. Mzansi, hello.
Want to say,
Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you, Mzansi Reality?
I'm fine. We're fine here. We're hoping that you're doing well also.
Yeah, it's a day indeed.
Yeah.
Condolences to the family.
Yes.
Do you still hear me, Mr.
Yes,
Anonymous?
we can hear you. We can hear you.
We can.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All that I want to say is back to what Mshololo was talking about today. I think all they also have to do is to mention or to put it on record the type of a phone that accused number 5 was using at the time.
Yeah.
In 2014. I think that is also important.
Yes.
Because he can't be using a ZET if it's that type of a phone on data.
Yes.
So I think they just have to put that on record, the type of phone that he was using, because it's clear. And another thing, can't they request that those downloads on the other document? Is it not documented?
It is documented.
All that they are saying, because I think it should be evidence enough to say this data was used from this number to this number. I just talked about this data call, but I don't think that there's evidence before the court that this is what has happened. This number, this data was for this time, from this time to this time.
Yes.
From this number to this number. Hence, they can't specify that particular app that they were using. So they also need to ask for that document of those downloads from the SAP or whatever. Because if they also need to have the download from the SAP to say this is the evidence from Vodacom and this is evidence from SAP, the downloads. They need to have both papers. The one that Gininda was saying, they are reading from the wrong document. Let them bring the correct document now.
No, it's there. It's section 205. Basically, it's an argument between section 205 and downloads. Those documents are there on the file. So they are basically everything is there on the case. It's not.
Or the only thing that they don't have is it's not clear on the download or the app that they were using.
So it's a contradiction of section 205 and the downloads.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but they need to emphasize on the type of a cell
phone he was using, if they can remember it.
Yes.
Yeah. No. Thank you. We hear that part.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. Guys, I see there was someone that I missed. Yeah, but guys, thank you very much. You've been positive, and in fact, you are in line with everything. You are not going out of line. Thank you for respecting the decorum.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Guys.
We appreciate. That's what we like about you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and just reading the room.
Yeah, it's probably one of the hardest live streams I've ever done, and considering that I don't like the announcements.
Nzanzi, hello.
That death.
Nzanzi, hello. Nzanzi, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning or good evening, Mr. Anonymous. How are you doing?
It's morning, yes. Morning on this side.
I hope I'll still catch you on live. Because the time different, if you know, if you guys are still on. Are you still on?
We're still on. You almost have 2 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to catch up. Today is yesterday for you, it was today for I'm calling for USA. Mm-hmm. It's a very sad news to hear the passing of the advocate Mngomezulu. This is really sad, but at the same time, it's kind of alarming, and it leaves one to kind of just come up with the idea of warning the rest of the world, especially in South Africa. South Africa, for me, it has the tendency to catch up things very late.
Yeah.
I always say this. There was a time that I think a couple of weeks before when Mngomezulu was starting to be sick, I think I put it on the comment. They say, well, look, for me, it's like a deja vu. Because those symptoms, I know it's still early because it's kind of manumpanga. It's kind of figures on the about so it's still early to just think of what was the cause of stuff like this. But believe me, with the desire of like just speculating or suspecting, because those cause, it looks very, very similar to a case. I told you last time that I'm from Congo. There was a case like this that was really political, just like this Senzo Meyiwa case. Now, this time it's not the advocate. That time it was the advocate that died, but the judge died because the judge was kind of very strict. Back there in Congo, the people from Congo, they know it was a very highly political case, that there was a minister or whatever, there was a lot of stealing money, like thousands and millions of dollars. So he was defending himself, and then right during the proceeding, it was during COVID, the judge was wearing a mask. There used to be one that is like a plastic. They just put a plastic right in front of your face. Now the guy there is complaining, said, I can't hear the judge. Please give him a mask, a normal mask. The judge was doing fine, was okay. The moment they gave him those blue masks, the guy started coughing. Exactly, just Mngomezulu started coughing. 2, 3, 4, 5 days after the guy passed on. And the judge died. So I'm just trying to say, like, I'm not just speculating. For me, it's like, it looks very familiar. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's the case, I just want to warn you out there, guys, because you guys will also upfront. There is a very, very, very dangerous, trending way of killing people now. It started back in East Africa with poison. Poison being very, very, very much used nowadays. It's trending already. I think it's catching up with South Africa because I see, I've noticed that a lot of people are dying of poison in South Africa. It's coming in South Africa now. Not only, I'm not saying that this advocate is this advocate, but I'm saying those symptoms of high breathing, difficult breathing, cough, stuff like this all of a sudden, it seems like a flu symptom, like a COVID thing, but actually it's like a poison. And that poison is being transmitted by greetings. It's like a powder. You can stand on the aircon. It can be spread anyway, anyhow. Maybe someone can just come and greet you. They have poison on their hand. They greet you, and next time you know, it's starting eating you inside. So you guys also, I just want to urge you to really be careful. Some people back there, people are starting to drive or walk around with honey. Apparently, honey is a very antidote against poison. So when you go outside there, just, you know, spread your hands or don't use your hands, don't greet anybody. Have honey when you go greet people, your environment. When you come back home, just hot water and honey. You know, that's a standing thing. It is. I'm telling you, it's not being looked at right now in South Africa. I live in South Africa, I know, but now it's becoming very, very, very hot. So people are killing each other with poison. So poison is being, you guys there, you're going to see that it's going to trend a lot. It's going to trend a lot. It's not going to be like the shooting or killing with guns, like these people start killing other people, especially into the political realm and stuff like that. Poison is going to be used a lot. So even you guys there, please be careful. What you're doing, you are doing great, but you are at risk because you expose things like corruption and stuff like this. And people who are corrupt don't want to be corrupted. I mean, don't want to be exposed. So they will come up for you. So this is what I wanted to say. And our condolences to the family. And yes, we hope God will intervene. Only God knows what will happen tomorrow. Please keep up the good work. And please be careful. Be careful, guys. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah. Injalo nje. Hey. Good words. And I'm sorry that you had to go through that pain of the sound was not clear, unfortunately, the network. But yeah, good way and basically warning people around here and us. Yeah, guys, ngicabanga ukuthi this is it for me. Mzansi, hello. Mzansi, hello.
Evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm right.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Muziwa Kiradevi.
Yes.
Okay, am I live?
Yes, you are. You just have that 2 minutes. Yes.
All right. So I'm a first caller.
No,
you saddened by the news.
Yes.
Passing on of our giant.
Yes.
May rest in peace. We are now short of that person, the truth in that court. And we all know what is happening in that court. And mine, that there has been previous callers commented before here, so not repeat. Condolences to the family and to all of us who are supporting the end of what is happening in that court. in the courts, it's just like a circus. There is already the argument by the judge. Right? So the we should be strong in the circumstances, and then I wish that the advocates, we should be raising the hands who will now take over the accused number one. But I would say between now and the time in January when the courts open, there's still a time to get a brief. We need someone now who will raise the hand, represent accused number one, and do the sweeping.
Yeah.
Because we have seen what has happened with all the advocates. So we need that case the end and do the sweeping and expose the shenanigans that's courts. That will get justice and the family of Senzo. So I thank you.
Thank you. We struggle to hear, but we caught some of the.
Yeah, I'll get the sense of what he was trying to say.
I hear people talking about the names. Guys, before I take the call, I told you, once people call people's name, Kanti, we're not born yesterday, right? When these Sangomas were there at the time, the Nyangas,
yes,
the name of a person was expensive. You didn't just call it.
No.
But there were certain people that were designated for that.
Yes.
People say there is no such thing as that. In fact, that's one thing that you see. Guti, here you are speaking to someone who's just selling themselves. There is no such thing, guys. I'm telling you, if a person wanted to see something happening beforehand, you can't talk about something in the morning and then we are told someone passed away in the morning. And then you want us to believe you.
I had an experience where one who was legit told me that my father was going to pass away like 7 months in advance.
Yes.
And he did.
Now we're supposed to believe now these things that no, man. No, that is too close, bro. You've got to try again. But yeah, this one, no, I'm not even going to argue it. It's out of line. I'm just angry because we are talking about someone's life here. And he's got family. Mzansi, hello.
Mzansi. Hey, Mr. Anonymous and Miss Emily, how are you guys?
Good, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry for my awkward smile or chuckle. Because I'm not gonna. It's hard to say everybody is good or whatever, especially because of the news and as everybody else. It still has us very bad in the house because I think as everyone else on this channel, we are so invested with the truth and with justice for the accused. And hence we take it so much for the defense. I think it also, we always have to highlight this part is that for this case, for the accused, we are with all of the defense and all of the accused for this case. What they've done in the past, what they're arrested for, that is on them. For those who are,
yes,
but we have been so invested, seeing our emotions. We could handle, Rata stuff and his behavior and placing it on the record. But I think we thought that Tefo was bad, but this is on another level. With someone's life. I'm not going to allege anything. I'm just going to say condolences to the family And as I forgot her name because she signed her name, Mrs. Mngomezulu and the kids. Heart goes with you guys. I hope that you could hear it in my voice, because as you can't see us, all of us around this world who are invested in this case for justice and for what her husband has stood for, in terms of justice, and fairness, and bringing out and standing toe to toe actually against a corrupt system and exposing it daylight, because there's no case like this where you've had two lawyers being persecuted, being, it was, I think Mngomezulu used the best way. He says it's like someone else will use the word lynching. And that's the problem with our system, is that it lynches people. And for a sane system that is standing to be for fairness and for justice and quoting all the relevant constitutional rights in a vacuum, when it applies to covering stuff up, I think those who do create content on TikTok, and I've seen a lot of videos, let them continue just to celebrate Mngomezulu's life, because those are his best moments that we also celebrated on this channel. We stood toe to toe with the judge. Any allegations about other people being involved, I don't know, you spoke about something now, but I'm not going to go into that because I find it to be nonsensical as well. But that we speak on the man's good work, so that his wife sees that, and the kids see that the dad, the husband, the son was someone who fought for justice until his dying, moments where he probably himself saw himself coming back to give this young man his freedom. And I do pray wherever we go tomorrow, and I'm wishing that they just come explain what they have to explain and leave it at that, and just close it, not continue, because it's if Mshololo is going to lead and then they have to postpone because of all the legalities, I think they should just stop it for tomorrow, say what has happened, and decide that they're not continuing. She mustn't even continue with Belinda, so that when they do come back, that she still takes the floor before the person who probably would stand in for number one. But that is left, and at least that person also can have someone who's gonna be a sweeper before they also take the helm. But I find that at this moment, even for them, Mshololo and everyone, especially how bold she was on Monday into refuting the judge's claims. And because it was such a powerful thing that she did, to say it's a lie. Yes. Blatantly, she's just said it's a lie. It's just that when he said, if it's to JP, and they're like, it was a different thing. But I find they just should stop. It's not that we are so hungry for justice that it's almost like we're craving for entertainment. No, these people's lives, and these people have been invested, and they've worked with Mngomezulu. Yes. Even for this short time, maybe they've worked with him in different other spots, but for this one, in this short time, they've worked with him, and you could see now how close they've become. And I feel that they need also to grieve with the family, and continuing to prove to go to Friday. It's terrible. So, Mr. Anonymous, Ms. Emily, and I think someone also has said it, content creators, be careful what you say, and as much as you guys allow us to on what we say on your platform, so that the channel is not taken off based on what we have alleged seriously. But yeah, all the best, guys, and yeah, may we pray for the family. May Mr. Mngomezulu's soul rest in peace, and may his God and Creator and his ancestors also be a guiding light to his children and those who have left behind. I thank you guys, and much love to you guys, what you do. We appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Guys, please press that like button. Please press it to 400, 500, please. Please press that like button. And yeah, Mina, I'm out, Emily.
Yeah, guys, we'll see each other tomorrow.
Let us see each other tomorrow.
I'm done.
Yes. Thank you.